I think it's pretty crazy. It seems to have gone up really rapidly in a short amount of time. It's like way higher than it's ever been. It's like the fastest increase in like 50 years.
President Biden and his officials have directed the Federal Trade Commission to investigate rising energy prices. A conspiracy is afoot, they warn, by gasoline franchises to boost prices at the pump.
Elevate climate change within the priority and staffing structure of the federal agencies, but not only the ones you would expect, the Environmental Protection Agency, the Department of Energy, but really to say this requires a whole of government approach.
It's a whole of government approach. Put climate change at the center of our domestic, national security, and foreign policy.
I think the notion that that the Democrats want intentionally high oil prices to make the country go green is preposterous.
They've said it.
They
did say it.
They've said it. Well, it is preposterous.
Believe your ears.
Biden and the Democrats have sent a loud and clear signal that the future will be green, even if renewable sources aren't up to the task of supplying our energy needs.
I think that the narrative that's out there is that this is a problem that's basically been caused by the Biden administration.
The White House did obey a court order blocking the president's order to stop the leasing of federal lands and waters for oil and gas drilling, which is why the Department of Interior went ahead last week with an auction for leases to drill for oil and gas in parts of the Gulf of Mexico. But don't get your hopes up. The White House is appealing that ruling.
America watched the president pressuring oil and gas companies today. But do people realize those CEOs, they don't work for the president. They don't answer to him.
People may just wake up and say, you know what, the energy transition is going to take longer than we thought. We're going to need oil for longer than we hoped.
The White House is trying to blame record high gas prices on Russian President Vladimir Putin and the invasion of Ukraine.
Defending freedom is going to cost. It's going to cost us as well in the United States. We'll hold polluters accountable for the damage they've caused, particularly in low-income communities and communities of color. Not only due to climate change, but the pollution they are pumping into the air that is breathed and the water that is drunk in those communities.
These short-term things, shortening lease times, opening up the strategic reserve, are not going to get you a long-term result.
What is the Biden plan to jumpstart energy production across America?
Here's the Biden plan. I'm here at Glasgow. The Biden plan is to diversify.
The renewable energies that they're pushing for, this energy transition, can't support the entire economy.
Exactly. It's too expensive right now to have it all electric and to be converting to electric cars. It's not feasible right now. Poor people can't buy an $80,000 electric car.
The point is, not a single sale, onshore or offshore, has happened in the Biden administration. Not one single sale.
The big culprit here is the White House, which has waged war against fossil fuel companies from the start when it canceled the XL Keystone pipeline and is now threatening other pipelines. Selling leases to drill was halted on federal lands and waters.
By the end of my first term, we will have an enforcement mechanism in place to make sure we stay on track to get there.
The main culprit is the massive infusion of money into the economy by the federal government and the Federal Reserve. Spending in Washington alone increased 50% between 2019 and 2021 on both Biden's and Donald Trump's watch.
The assault on fossil fuels from day one with the Keystone Pipeline has thrown a wet blanket over the whole industry. So they're afraid to make long-term investments.
We can do this. We must do this, and we will do this. Yeah, I do. I know a lot of weed smokers.
Have you ever smoked?
I have.
Okay. Like
and I inhale. I did inhale.
Okay.
It was a long time ago. But yes.
I know you have to go. They say you have to go.
I just broke news.
I mean, was it in college?
Put two words before joining this world. Put two words before joining this world. Before joining this world. Put two words.
I want to talk to you.
I believe we need to legalize marijuana.